Now students, we are going to deal with the auxiliaries function, and in functions we are firstly dealing with the tenses, that how auxiliaries are going to act as a tenses. Let us look on present simple forms. In a present tense, we use first form of a verb along with s and es in a positive sentences. But to make the negative sentence, we have to use do or does according to our sentence along with not. Similarly, in interrogative sentences, we have to just place these helping verb do or does in the start of the sentence in order to make the sentence in a question form. Next is present progressive tense. The main verb of the present progressive tense is first form of a verb plus ing, whereas the helping verbs are is, am, are. They are going to be according to the subject in a sentence. Whenever we are going to make the present progressive in a negative sense, we may just add not to the helping verbs. It will be like am not, is not, are not. And whenever we are going to make interrogative sentence, we are going to place the set of or the helping verbs in the start of this sentence to make it interrogative sentence. Similarly, in present perfect tense, third form of a verb is used, and we have to use has or have as a helping verb depending upon the subject. Similarly, has not and have not is used in a negative sentences, whereas the has and have is placed in the start of the sentence in order to make the sentence in a question sense. Next is present perfect progressive forms. In this tense, we are going to have first form of a verb due to progressive thing. We are going to add ing with the first form. As the perfect part is also here, so we are going to add been. Has and have are the helping verbs here, like we are going to use them has been and have been. Similarly, if you are going to make it a negative sentence, you can use not with it, like have not been, has not been. Similarly, in order to make the question sentence, you are going to place this helping verb in the start of the sentence to look like as interrogative sense. Next is past tense. Now we are going to deal the whole category of the past tense. In simple past tense, we usually use second form of a verb in positive sentences. However, in negative sentences, we use did. And along with did, we use first form of a verb. Don't forget to use first form of a verb after did. Similarly, if you are going to make interrogative sentence, then did is going to place in start of the sentence. Next is present progressive tense. In present progressive tense, main form or main verb is first form of a verb plus ing, as it is the progressive part. In progressive part, we always place first form of a verb in ing, and due to the past effect on this category, we are placing helping verb was and were. Was and were is going to be used according to each sentence and according to the subject available. Whenever you are going to make it in a negative sentence, you are going to simply place not with was and were. It will look like as was not, were not. Similarly, if you are going to place it as in the start of the sentence, then it will sense you like interrogative. Next is past perfect tense. In past perfect tense, we use third form of a verb, and due to the past effect, we have to use had in this. Had is the helping verb here, whereas third form is the main verb here. Whenever you are going to make it in a negation, you will use had not with all category of the subjects. Either it is singular or plural. Similarly, for interrogative sentences, you have to place had in the start of the sentence. It will give you a sense of interrogative. Next is past perfect continuous tense or past progressive forms. In this form, we have to use first form of a verb with ing due to the progressive part in it, and due to the perfection in it, we have to use had been in this category. Next is future. Don't forget that in future we always have to use will and shall. In future simple tense, we have to use first form of a verb, whereas helping verb will be will and shall depending upon the subject. Whenever you are going to make this in a negation or a negative sentence, then you will simply add not with will and shall. It will sense you like will not and shall not. And whenever you are going to place will and shall in the start of the sentence, it will give you interrogative sense. Next is future progressive form or future progressive tense. In this category, we are going to use first form of a verb with ing, and we have to use be with shall or will. Depends upon your subject. It will looks like as will be and shall be. And similarly, whenever you are going to make the negative sentence, you will simply add not with it, and it will sense you like will not be, shall not be. And same case in the interrogative sentence will apply, that will be and shall be according to the subject is going to place in the start of the sentence, then it will give you a sense of interrogation. Next is future perfect form or future perfect tense. For the perfect part in it, we are going to use the third form of a verb, and for the future impact, we have to use will have as a helping verb here. Will have or shall have depends upon your subject. Same case for the negative sentences. Will not have or shall not have will be used in negative sentences, whereas will have is placed in the start of the sentence, shall have is going to place in the start of the sentence, and it will give you an interrogative sense. Last one is future perfect progressive forms. In this tense, we are going to have first form of a verb plus ing. This is the main verb, whereas the helping verb part in it is will have been or shall have been. You are going to choose will have been or shall have been depending upon the subject available with you. And similarly, you in the form of negative sentences, you are going to simply place not with it. It will give you a sense like will not have been, shall not have been. And same case for the interrogative sentences. This was the comprehensive look of all three auxiliaries functioning as tenses. Thank you.